All right, so today we're going to dive into two of the absolute shortest books in the Bible. They're these ancient personal letters with a message that is so surprisingly relevant for our world today, especially when it comes to navigating truth, lies, and, well, our relationships.
I mean, this is a tension we all feel, right? You see it on social media, in your community, maybe even at the dinner table with family. You want to be loving and open, but at the same time, you don't want to just go along with ideas that are actually harmful or untrue. And what's wild is, this isn't a new problem. Not at all. People were wrestling with this exact same thing almost 2,000 years ago.
And that's where we're going today. We're going to look at 2nd and 3rd John, written by the guy they often called the Apostle of Love. And believe me, for being so short, these tiny letters are just packed with wisdom about how to live faithfully in a really complicated world.
Okay, so first up, 2nd John. The central message here is all about this incredible balancing act between two huge values, truth and love.
And this is where things get really cool, especially when you compare different translations. You've got the King James from back in 1611, very classic, but then look at how the Message, a modern paraphrase, puts it. Smooth-talking charlatans. Come on, doesn't that sound like it was written yesterday? It just perfectly captures our modern age of influencers, online noise, and all the crazy misinformation out there.
So what John argues is that you literally can't separate truth and love. They're like two sides of the same coin. If you try to hammer people with truth, but you do it without love, it just becomes a weapon, right? It's harsh and arrogant. But on the flip side, if you're all about a vague idea of love that isn't grounded in any kind of truth, it just becomes, well, empty. It's meaningless and you can't really stand for anything. Now, this whole balancing act really gets put to the test when it comes to hospitality. You got to remember, hospitality was a huge deal in the ancient world, and it's a central idea in both of these letters.
And this creates this really fascinating tension. See, in 3rd John, a guy named Gaius gets praised for being incredibly generous to traveling teachers. But then in 2nd John, there's this really stern warning about who you welcome into your home. So the message is pretty clear. Be generous, be open, absolutely, but you also have to be discerning. Not everyone who shows up deserves your support or your platform.
And this warning is so stark, especially for us today. John says that if you welcome in someone spreading false, harmful ideas, you're not just hosting them, you become a partner in their evil work. In our world, a platform might not be a guest room. It might be a retweet, a share, or even just staying silent when you should speak up. This letter really challenges us to think about who and what we're choosing to amplify.
Okay, now let's jump over to 3rd John and see how this all plays out in real life through this powerful case study on leadership.
And this just illustrates a timeless lesson. On one side, you've got this guy, Diotrephes. He's arrogant, loves being the boss, he shuts people down, and spreads nasty rumors. Then on the other side, you have Demetrius, a guy whose reputation is so solid that the letter says the truth itself stands up for him. I mean, wow. It's the ultimate contrast between leadership that's all about ego and leadership that's built on integrity.
So this is all fascinating ancient history, but how do these principles actually apply to our lives today? What does this mean for us?
Well, the applications are incredibly practical. These letters are calling us to interact with integrity and compassion, to actually think critically about the information we consume every single day. They teach us to set healthy boundaries. They champion a type of leadership that's humble and serves other people, not just itself. And maybe the most important thing is, they challenge us to make sure our actions actually line up with what we claim to believe. Because ultimately, that's the key takeaway. These letters aren't about some stuffy, abstract debate. They are a portrait of truth in action. They show us that real, strong communities, whether it's a family, a workplace, or a country, are built on a foundation of honesty, genuine hospitality, and humility.
And I want to end with this one thought. At the end of both of these short letters, John says something almost identical. He basically says, look, writing is great, but it's not enough. I really hope I can see you soon and we can talk face to face. He's longing for that real, personal connection that you just can't get from the written word.
And that leaves us with a really powerful challenge. In our age of email, texts, and social media, what does it really mean for us to build an authentic, face-to-face community? How do we move beyond the digital ink of our time to have those real heart-to-heart conversations? It's a huge question, and it's one these ancient letters are pressing on us right now.